coming, first of all. I have to tell you, I am so humbled to have been chosen to participate in this show. And I want to thank everyone at the Main Line Art Center, the Betsy Meyer family, and also James Freeland for selecting me. You have no idea what this means to me because I come from a place where I make models. People have said to me, why do you do what you do, Francis? You know, I do these big creations. And I thought, you know, that's a good starting place for me to talk about why am I doing this, right? And I thought, let me think about what am I going to say for 10 minutes. Now, I promise you I won't speak for 10 minutes. But I thought, I'm going to look back at where did this come from in myself to want to create work like this? And I realized that it goes back, and many artists know where their roots are. 30 years ago, I started out as an interior designer and an architecture student. I never finished the architecture, but having had many classes building models, I now understand that this is what happened that made such an impression on me. Building models, working with building materials, because I was in the building trades as an architectural student and also as an interior designer. But as my career to survive was in the building trades and homes, I started doing kitchen design. Now, you say, well, what does that have to do with anything? But the thing with the kitchen designs, if any of you are aware of that or have done a project with a designer, you have to get to know your designer, and the designer has to create a new environment for you. The designer, you go in, you create a new kitchen. So that's what was happening with me. I was creating spaces for people, whether it be an interior that involved the homeowner or it was a new kitchen. But that stayed in my DNA, and this is what has happened. Now I'm still creating new interiors. My goal is to transform a space much the way I would transform a kitchen or an interior of a home. I also realized that one thing I really do enjoy about this type of work and having you all here is the human interaction that occurs when people ask me, why are you doing this? And what's going on in your mind? What would make you do this? Well, we all know that what's going on in the world around us affects all of us, whether it's politics, the environment, social issues. As an artist, I know that there are always things bubbling up inside of me. So for this piece example, I created this piece just as a small model, and it was in a show called Crossing Borders. And I thought, oh, that was very applicable, because Crossing Borders is very topical with what's going on in the world. So when the opportunity came to make this even larger, I was so ecstatic, because to me it's just another expression of me trying to create dialogue with all of you and get you to stop and actually be in shock and take time and actually go inside your own head. I don't like to stand and tell people what it should be or even how I got to it. If you want to know how I made it, I'm happy to talk to people. But my goal as an artist and doing these crazy pieces is for you to have the opportunity to get in touch with yourself. Not to know who's Francis Beaty, but to know who are you. So simply put, that's really why I do what I do. Every piece is meant to give you a time for introspection, and they all relate back to nature. If you go for a walk, how many of us have gone for a walk in the woods? We love looking at a leaf. You ever studied it, the patterning, and realized how beautiful it is, and how that moment in time will slow you down? I just feel it's critical for all of us in our lives to do this, slow down and take time. So that's really what I wanted to talk to you about tonight, that it's your moment. I got the pleasure of creating this, but for me, it's giving back between the two of us, all of us, that we're sharing, and you're going inside yourself. And again, I thank you all for coming, and I feel such wonderful positive energy. So you again.